We're also streaming from that SuperTalk Mississippi app. We hope you have downloaded that. We're always, too, on that local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. And don't forget about watching us, which you can do on your computer or your mobile device. Our next guest is celebrating a national championship, which I think that's pretty cool. Him and a bunch of other young athletes took the carpet and came away with a national championship in cheerleading. That's Northwest Mississippi Community College dance and cheer team members. They received that this past weekend. And joining us is head cheer coach Brandon Casey to tell us more. Congratulations, Brandon.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I was like, take the stage. No, take the mat, maybe. So how do y'all say it? Take the mat?
Yes, ma'am. So, yeah, we take the mat. That's the proper terminology for it. Yes, ma'am.
Well, y'all took it, and this is the 6th year that you guys have, or 5 of the years in the competition, you guys have won national championships with you being the head coach for 6 years. That's insane, Brandon.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we've had a pretty good little run-through for the last 5 years, and we've been able to grow the program. I remember my first year here, we had 24, maybe 25 athletes total my first year, and now we had 57 that we brought to Orlando, Florida, and had 2 separate teams competing in traditional and in game day. So, and to come back with 2 national championships this year, co-ed won their game day division, and then all-girl won their traditional division. And so to come back with 2 is a pretty crazy accomplishment for sure.
So I don't think people listening to Good Things, and not everybody, understands the work that goes into this for your athletes. When do y'all start getting ready for or thinking about your competition season? I know you still have, your sideline duties that you guys do as a cheer and dance squad there for the athletes and the sports, but then the other side of it is your competitive aspect. So when do y'all start putting in the work for events like this or competitions like this?
Right. Yeah. So our main priority is our athletics. So we are doing skills and doing things that we can apply from the actual games to nationals. Either whether it's on the sideline or on the basketball court. There's things that we can apply for the game day routines, and then when we start working on skills, honestly, for both routines in the summer, and then we make sure our game day. Game day responsibilities are our priority, but then as soon as we get kind of, the game day and the fight song process of how the football game should be ran, we are high gear into nationals pretty much in the summer. And then it gets really kick-started in December where we practice 2 times a day for a month and a half, and they get like a 4-day break in December. So, I mean, it is pretty much a year-round thing. We had kids in the gym last week on Friday. We got back on Wednesday. They were in the gym on Friday working on stunts and, kind of getting better for next year and already. So, yeah, it's a year-round process, I feel like.
So, Brandon, people are kind of used to thinking of other athletes looking to sports and opportunities when they think about higher education, even girls' sports in terms of soccer or basketball or softball. You got your regular stew with football and baseball and things, but it really feels like the student athletes are also paying attention to cheer programs, and those that have, obviously are graduating but still want to be competitive or expand their, cheer opportunities are really looking at schools to see who's competitive, not just, supporting their their other athletics, but competitive. Do y'all see people now looking for Northwest Mississippi Community College as a way of doing that, coming because of the cheer program? I think is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely. We have had, we've already had athletes that are still in high school that we've already committed for the next season. They're already signed, sealed, and they've not delivered yet because they're still in high school. But we already have athletes that want to be here who have committed and signed to us. And the fact that our sports teams are so good, it kind of helps amplify that. Our football team is great, our basketball teams are great, our volleyball teams are great. Those are the teams that we cheer for. The hype around Northwest, not only with athletics but also with what we're doing cheer-wise, is definitely bringing people from all over the place. We have kids from Alabama and Tennessee, and we've had some Louisiana kids in the past, and we had one girl from Colorado one time. I mean, so we have definitely brought some hype across the country, definitely across the South, towards Northwest for sure.
I know it's a cliche to say that things aren't the way they were back in my day, but Brandon, I had the pleasure of being a cheerleader, 25 years ago, even at the very start of like what the word all-star even meant. And my goodness, have things changed in the last couple of decades, and it feels like it's still changing. It's just picking up steam. Kind of like help us wrap around like the popularity of cheerleading as a sport now, but before a couple of decades ago.
Right, it is. That's a great point. It is rapidly evolving. I feel like year to year right now. I think cheerleaders across the nation are getting more exposure. I think they're starting to, cheer's not necessarily a sport, but it is a competition. But it's starting to get more recognition, from other athletes and things like that. Like our sports teams, support us. It's a really cool environment to see how fast and how rapid cheerleading is evolving, and like with the skills that are evolving as well. So it's that's the best way to put it. It is rapidly evolving every year.
And you need to start them young if you want them to make it to where you guys have sort of made it. How many student athletes is on your roster, Brandon, for co-ed and then all-girl?
So there is 28 on all girl, and then 29 on co-ed. So we're looking at right at, I think, 56 total.
That's a pretty big number. I mean, when you think about in terms of parents thinking about, getting their kids vested into things that can last them, more than just a couple years. Well, cheer and dance have now become that thing that can sort of last them at least into that next phase of life in terms of looking for higher educations or scholarship opportunities. It's, it's really growing. Where we're at, Brandon, or where I'm at in Brandon, they just won the national championship in high school. So,
yep.
We see it in all different ways. And it's a family affair for you, too, because we can't not let you give dibs to your wife, who brought home her first, or at least Ole Miss's first national championship this past weekend. So where are y'all putting all these trophies?
Well, we are actually we have a trophy case at Northwest, and it's full. So we are stacking them on a table, kind of in the gym, and just putting up. We're going to have to get another one. We have to get a new one. So we have to talk to Dr. Heindel about getting us a newer or bigger one or something. But Skylar bringing home one is was amazing. So, I think, and Mississippi did really well, too. I'll give a shout-out to all the Mississippi JUCOs and all the, there was a ton of Mississippi teams that won nationals, and, I think the hype around Mississippi JUCOs and universities is crazy. Mississippi cheerleading is, kind of doing a lot of big things from all different levels.
So real quick, what did it take for y'all to get to that national event? Y'all didn't just wake up and automatically get a bid, I don't think. So what went to the steps that took for Northwest to make it to the national mat?
So for college, there's not necessarily a unique bid. So it is just kind of signing up and registering, and it is a pretty penny, I would say. It's kind of that's kind of one of the biggest kickers, and our school helps us with a lot of the funding. So kind of getting there, didn't have to do a whole lot. We definitely prepared for it a lot, but having to sign up and get ready for it, we signed up and told them that we were coming, and I think we made our presence known for sure.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Well, hopefully you'll have your 7 there, and then you can bring your 6 home. But these were back-to-back ones. Was this one bittersweet? Did this one feel really good to win back-to-back national championships?
Yeah, the back-to-back one is incredible. It's always hard to do that, and this is the first. The last 2 years are the first time all girl has even competed. Like the first 3 years that we went to nationals, we only had a small co-ed team. And now that we have all girl, they have won since they've started competing. So it's really cool to kind of keep that that we're coming in and setting the standard fresh off of a program. So it's really cool to kind of set the standard for that division. It's really cool.
Well, take a little break, Brandon, and then get back at it, right? Like that's how it goes, huh?
Absolutely. I had kids in the gym today at 1:30 stunting. I was in there helping them stunt today, so they're already working on stuff for next year already. So, yeah, it is a quick turnaround, but we're excited about it already.
Well, that just goes to show if y'all come out and support, too, the football and basketball and other programs that you've got cheerleaders there at Northwest Mississippi Community College, you're going to get a good show. Like, you're going to get to see, national level entertainment through the cheerleaders, which I think is really cool. So if people want to learn more about what you guys are doing, is there anywhere we can follow you?
Best place to follow us right now would be our Instagram account. It is NWCC_cheer. That's where we post all of our clinic dates and any open gyms that we have. Like, we'll post all of our information and about tryouts. Everything will be posted there. It's also linked to our Facebook account, which is NWCC Cheer as well. So those are our two kind of main outlets of information.
All righty. Well, congratulations again. Hope to have you back next year to celebrate more. But either way, good job. So thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All righty. Stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.